Scotch for Dummies.
Cheers, guys.
All four of us.
How about them apples?
6.
Well, yeah, I guess
And
you could say
6.
and the 6.
Well,
right.
no, really.
Yeah, she's gone.
No more 6.
She's not completely.
It was great, though. You know that video of the Russian dude that drinks that whole bottle of vodka that's on the swing? It was like that.
We just hammered it.
Really falls off.
We hammered it on Monday.
Yeah, 'cause
No,
it was like
she's,
a 4-liter bottle.
She's done. She's ready to go.
Such a shame.
It was
the beautiful Lalique decanter with the cork top and the glass.
That's all she
Copper.
wrote.
There you go.
Yeah, I heard Taps playing that night.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you drank the last drop.
Yeah, you did.
You tipped that bottle up.
Paying for it now, aren't you?
Man, I don't know. I got the devil inside me. I'm sick right now. I don't know.
I told him some cash strength to clear him up, but he's not buying it.
But
Anyway.
for tonight, we have an interesting comparison to do.
We do. We have some fun tonight.
So we're going to taste this again. We're going to go through it again, kind of have an idea. What is it like to? Do we get the same impression? Do we like it as much? And then we're going to do some comparisons. So we assume this is a 20-ish-year-old kind of Scotch.
It's the rumor.
Yeah.
It's a rumor. Well, we have some 21-year-old Glendronach. And this is not aged, but it's also a sherry bomb. So tonight we may do a
And we gave this a 4.
we
Yeah, we
may,
did.
We may do a little review comparison between these to see how that works out.
Right.
Because like any good Highlander, there can be only one.
His lightning should crash and stuff, you know what I mean? That
Where's
would
our
be-
special
I
effects,
know,
man?
Hey, Mark Whiskey Whistle's on. That's
There you go.
Hey, right on, man.
No kidding. Hey, Mark.
Cheers for that.
Cheers. Good to see you,
Thanks
buddy.
for coming on, man. A lot of people on, actually. Nightbot's on.
So, yeah, let me give a quick agenda. So we're going to talk about the 6, and we're going to try to do a little bit of a lineup on there. And then once we wrap up with the 6, probably about the second half of the show, we're going to get into some SMWS and kind of revisit what's going on in the Scotch Whisky
And we had
Society.
some questions circling around some of our social media stuff,
did.
so we wanted to talk about
Yeah,
some
it's
stuff. about
good,
it, so.
good SMWS conversation going on. They're still kicking rear end, so we'll get into
And
that
if we
too.
still have some liver left after all that,
If we still have some liver left.
We got
we got some samples from a certain Travis Faircloth. So thanks,
Who
sir.
knows?
Cheers to that.
We'll see. But happy Thursday, gentlemen.
Thursday.
It's good to see you.
Don't
Sláinte.
mind if we
what do you
do.
guys drink? What are you
Sláinte?
starting with?
I'm Mac 12.
I have no idea. What is this? You poured it for me.
I poured you. What do you think it is?
I have no idea.
It's
I can't
CVS
taste it.
bottle. That's why we
talk
poured it
through
for you.
real quick there, Mr. You probably can't smell anything, can you?
Oh man, this is good stuff.
I smell sweet. I smell sugar.
Okay, that's good.
Vanilla. Bourbon finish. Bourbon cask. There's no sherry in there.
No, I mean it started that way, but it's
I'm gonna say it can't be more than 43% ABV either. It doesn't. At least.
Get that man some cash strength. He's sick.
Exactly. At least with this.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that's what it was. So talk through the flavors. What do you taste?
All I got was vanilla.
what'd you say the ABV was?
43.
Oh, really? You poured him that?
Yeah, I did.
Damn. He's got a cold. He can't even
I
appreciate
can't-
it.
46.
Is it? I can't even taste anything.
Well-
It's a blend.
It is a blend.
It's not whiskey.
It's not whiskey.
Oh wow, that's Stranger and Stranger.
It is. Different when you can't smell it.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
like-
makes things
Blind right off the
challenging.
bat.
yeah, and done.
I want to say, so in our seminar with Glenn Modan, Dan Crowell, he talked about tasting your whiskey between nose and palate is about 70% nose.
It is.
So if your nose is out, you're not tasting whiskey.
And
I
he's
can
no
actually
point.
breathe now, but I can't smell anything.
He also said you have a dominant nose that changes.
Dominant and recessive.
Yes.
Changes.
It changes every like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
There's a little dude in there that's flipping the switch.
No. This side. Oh.
Exactly, like a train.
And
yeah.
so you need to use both nostrils because the dominant one, it's just going to blow by your sense, and the other one will have a little more.
So let's say hi to everybody that's on, because
Okay.
somebody's already
That's a
saying we
lot.
should pour the rare next to this. That rare's empty.
It
We
is-
gave
we
that
would,
away a
we
long
would
time
love
ago.
to, but yeah.
I wouldn't want to
Smash the bottle.
But let's back up and see who all's on.
There's a lot of people
Yeah,
on.
good looking out here.
All right, Michael Porter's here.
Michael Porter.
Gregor.
Michael.
Travis.
Sylv
Thank you,
two's
sir. I enjoy getting samples on Thursday. That makes my day.
I know, that caught me completely off guard,
I was like,
considering
oh,
we still
what's
have 2
this?
samples that he sent us from like a millennia ago that we need to get
But if
into.
you don't mind, we're going to try one tonight because they look tasty.
Nightbot is here. Hey, Nightbot. Haven't seen you in a minute.
Cartoon face. Who does
Tim Dietrich, how are you doing, buddy? I hope you receive something in the very near future. I'll
Yeah,
have to I don't know.
congrats.
I think you said everything is.
The,
Not, I
the
should
salsa
say-
has left the building.
Thank you for
I
clarifying.
can tell you that I hand delivered a bottle to
Hey, Master
Greg
Joe.
today. He was sitting at the bar. I traded him his 2-ounce sample for 2 bottles.
One bottle's a good bottle, though.
That's a
Yeah.
good trade.
So Greg won. That one.
I don't know. We'll find out in a little
Yeah,
bit.
We'll find out.
Because
who was the winners of the Max 6? You want to share those one more time? Do we have all the
Hey,
winners?
Wheelhouse
I
Whiskey's
don't remember
home.
who
I
won
think
what. I just remember
Wheelhouse won
shipping.
one.
Wheelhouse
James,
won one.
Wheelhouse
Yep.
Whiskey won one. He was the first winner, I believe,
He
right?
was.
He won the first drawing.
Who were the- Do we
I
have
had-
it in
Did
there?
Did Jimmy Jazz win one too?
You were the one that
Jimmy
took
Jazz,
care of this, dude.
I just shipped all the bottles because we had
Yep.
the 5 Mac number 6 winners, and then we had 5 additional winners.
6 winners, because Molly pulled one.
Yeah, Molly
Yep.
pulled one too. So I don't remember who all got what. So I know it was, of course, KB and Eric Wade got some because they were the top 2. Tom R got one.
Yep.
Jimmy Jazz, Wheelhouse Whiskey.
Lee got
Greg.
Mike's.
Greg won a Max 6.
Greg won Max 6. That's
Yep.
right.
Greg. Oh yeah,
About
Greg. So those are
The one he delivered
Yep.
today. The one he handed off to him.
Yep.
So the
That
other
was a fun
winner,
show. I like
Yeah.
that.
Tommy
A lot
Law
of
won
fun.
one.
He got my Deanston.
You got a Deanston.
Hey, everyone.
Lee got one.
Bob Hammond got.
Did you get yours?
I sent him
Loch Ness?
the Deanston
Nice.
Octave. The octaves from Douglas Lang.
You mean salsa?
Yes, the octave salsa.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's different.
Yeah, something we
Yeah.
hadn't had before.
Right.
So that was good. So yeah, but all the salsa went out today, and hopefully it'll be there in a few days. And
Off
I'm
we go.
actually really excited to hear in about 2 or 3 weeks when it's all gotten to where it's gotten and they've all opened it and started drinking. I
can't
want to
wait
hear.
to
I want to
see.
hear what they.
It
have
was
to say
funny
about
because
all
Greg was sitting at the bar. I went up to him like, "All right, here's your bottle, man."
He said,
And-
"Pour the glass right now."
Well, and I was like, "So are you gonna save this, or are you gonna drink it tonight on the show?" And he's like, "I gotta work tonight."
this. That's all right. You know, I honestly,
Like, all right, man, I get it. I know how it is.
I mean, if I were in those shoes, I would wait until I was ready, and I
Yep.
would make sure that I didn't eat anything spicy that's going to throw.
No.
So I would, I'd prep
You
for this.
get one shot at it.
Exactly.
Actually, I told him he's got enough. He could pour a glass, and
He
you
could
know,
have two
half of that would be
It'd be plenty.
would be all right.
That's what we
You know,
should really
that
do.
gets you a good taste, and then you
we
can
did
try
like
it
a
again.
half pour
So
for our review.
Oh.
And this is
Hey,
what we're
I
doing
Whiskey She
tonight.
Wines is on again. Good to see
Yeah,
you.
I saw Mash and Drum was on
Yeah,
up there
there's
somewhere.
Eric. I saw a lot of you guys on Aquavita's channel earlier today. He talked about something really interesting. He was talking about infinity bottles.
Oh yeah, he was.
It was a good topic. One that I
Like
still
this?
cursed. Yeah, that doesn't count because Sean just basically peed in it for 6 months.
No,
and
no,
now he
no,
wants-
no,
No.
Sean didn't do anything in that bottle.
They're typically 12-year or younger. They're a younger Scotch.
Hey, let's put some of this in. No, don't put that. That's good. You can't put that in there.
Yeah, we learned a
that.
lesson. That was technically though, to be fair, that started a long time ago.
That did start a long time ago before we were doing
Before
good
we
whiskey.
kind of even could spell.
Before we
words,
knew
so.
what whiskey was.
Put some water in it.
Put some water in. Oh no, baby, this is for me.
Have some cereal.
We need to pour that 6.
Needless to
Yeah.
say, this
Every
has
glass.
been a fun roller coaster so far. I mean, views are great. Comments are really great. I will say, comments have been all over the place.
Yep.
Up and
And
down.
I knew
That's
they
okay.
would be.
That's okay.
Yes.
We've got, and I don't know if you guys want to go into it or not, but we did get actually probably half dozen or so comments about the price comparison piece.
Yep.
Confusing.
That's fair.
You know, and I get that. I mean, honestly, it's one of those things where, you know, none of us are going to buy this bottle.
That's my point. I didn't consider price because price is not a consideration for this bottle.
Well,
if I'm considering price, I'm never going to have
Never
it.
going to buy
I'm not
it.
buying
And
it.
I think we went through it before that there's two kinds of people buying this bottle. The person that has so much disposable income that $4,000 doesn't matter, or the person that is buying it for a very special occasion and they're buying it because it's a very special bottle, right?
Right.
And they're going to keep the decanter and like it's all part of the
Yep.
deal, right? So, you know, you're going to fall into one of those two categories. We fell into the latter category because it was our 200th episode and we wanted to make a big deal about it, you know, but, you know, I think at the end of the day, it's not an everyday drinking bottle. So you
No.
really can't take price
No.
into consideration. And some of these special bottles or one-off bottles, it just kind of is what it
Look at
is.
the color of that.
Right?
That's all we got left, folks. So we poured this out for this show tonight for
That
us
is like
to
coffee.
Oh,
enjoy.
man, that's dark.
Um,
That's so dark.
it's what we got. But now remember, I save enough so that we can do a lineup for one glass
Just
against
a little,
We'll see.
a little splash. I don't need much. That's good. We'll see. That's my line, man. By the way, I am super stoked about the video that we're releasing on Monday. Drew did a awesome job as usual with his editing, but he may have gone.
It wasn't
man.
that. It's just funny.
That-
It's
Get a
awesome.
coin,
That's
please?
about as much as I must have done like a half-ounce pour.
I'll do the
Oh
old
my gosh.
Vite on mine.
So I admittedly I warmed up with the Bunnahabhain 18. So Bunnahabhain 18. So I started with a nice, rich, robust whiskey, and this still smells good. So maybe our 4 review.
I'm
was
looking
worth
forward
it.
to getting this on the the Glendronach here in a minute. Maybe the Tam. I think it's gonna be interesting. I saw that. Blow it up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'll tell you what, that would make an awesome video.
What are we talking about?
KB
You gotta
and Bob
slow-mo
are gonna
that
take
thing,
the
man.
bottle
We
to
get,
the
like,
range and
super
shoot
slow
it.
motion.
Yeah, that'd be an
shit.
awesome video.
Oh my gosh.
But
Hey, man, make sure you put a bottle hanger on there.
So what else do I have to say about this?
to me, it was a fun experience, and to say, we got into it, and I'm not. Yes, there were comments that said, "Hey, for that price, you could have got 10 bottles of this, so you could have got."
Yes, you could have.
I get
But
it. Yeah,
you
you're
know what? You
absolutely
can
right.
say that about a lot of whiskey.
It was an opportunity for us to have some fun, and I'm really proud of the fact that we shared it with as many people as we could. I mean, we really did. It was fun what we did,
Yeah.
and I think it's going to spur something for us. Drew's already talked about some ideas about our draw and how that went, and how much fun it was for everybody behind the camera and everybody, for
Yeah.
us.
I had a great time with the drawing piece of it.
It was
I
so much
think-
fun.
I think we're gonna have some more discussions, but
Yep.
patrons, if you're watching, we're gonna do a special show for you guys here in the very near future. We're gonna do some drawings just for you guys as well on some of the samples in the bar. I mean, we're gonna do some other stuff for you guys as well on the live show. We got some good ideas coming up.
But I mean, outside of the Max 6 winners, the ones that like Tim Dietrich
Right.
won mine. I had so much fun going down in my basement. I'm
Exactly.
like, all right, I know he doesn't want the Pete, he wants a sherry bomb. Here's a winner. I took a picture and I sent it to him. And the next thing you know, it's on Discord and he's flipping out. He's super stoked, and I'm like, that's the whole process was
That's the
fun.
point. It's sharing. Yeah.
Right, so I can't wait until he gets it because I'm dying to hear what he has to say about it.
Molly took a long time picking hers out, too.
What did Molly pick?
The that SMWS bottle?
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
yeah,
that was a good one.
dude, that was a huge, Bob.
Right?
I mean,
She
that's
likes
a,
older scotch. Because usually if we're drinking the good stuff, she gets more peanuts.
All right, so
All right.
like the president.
So yeah, let's talk about
Let's
this.
start with this. So let's do the nose. Color, great. Natural color.
Yes.
Believe it or not, unbelievable. Boy, it is like they just soaked it in sherry.
It really
Yeah.
is not a whiff of sulfur.
Nope.
No.
Nothing.
It is,
I
it
really-
is almost like nosing a glass of sherry. I mean, it is
The
really
one
that-
thing that I wish they would have done is bottle it at a little higher
I
ABV.
know, exactly.
But to me, Macallan tries to do that like smooth, sophisticated kind of thing. They don't want you to have to mess around with water on their whiskey or whatever. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, so I was trying the Bunnahabhain 18 before this. That has more of a spicy cake flavor to it. This is much more of the light fruits and it's lighter in that the ruby red cherries and those kinds of things are more in it, as opposed to like the spice and the cake isn't as much in this.
I know. I got a spicy note on
There's
the tongue.
a little bit of a spice in
on
there.
the palate. It's got a little bit of
nutmeg
spice.
and cinnamon for the spice factor, and I got raisin bran toast and some bread.
The raisins.
Yeah.
But
I am starting to get the brand.
So a hint of like a fruit cake, not overbearing, but imagine that with a little sugar, a little bit of the spicy, and the nutmeg. I think is really pronounced in this one.
It's good, man. It's just really
Yeah.
good.
Man, that's just.
It's
There's
just silk.
so much to that. It is silk.
It really is. I'm just really impressed with it, and I can talk about the ABV until I'm blue in the face, but it's great the way it is. Can't knock it.
The wood flavor just kind of balances so well.
Hey Richie,
I don't
So
know.
would this be a fresh sherry, meaning the barrel still had an inch of sherry juice in the bottom?
It may
Yeah,
be.
they seasoned them, right?
They seasoned these casks,
That's a good
and they were all
question.
from the same cooperage. They were made specifically for this.
That's right.
So it sounds like they took a lot of care in selecting the barrels and how they were crafted, and making sure they were seasoned properly. So I wouldn't be surprised if they left
think
some
it's a
sherry in the
combination.
barrel. You know,
I think it's a combination. Now, all the barrels came from the same cooperage, yes, but I think that the age of the barrels and the amount of sherry in the wood varied. There were several casks used in this because I get some of that youngness in it, but then I get a little whiff of some old leather every now and again.
Yeah.
There's some age in there too. So I think this is a mix of casks.
Yeah.
So question: we never did try the Mac Edition 1, did we? Did we skip that?
No, we never
Got
did
it?
get. We
never
never
got one.
never got our hands
Okay.
on one.
I would love to be able to get a copy of that somehow, because that, from what I understand, is the same cooperage as Macallan's number 6.
Really?
Yeah. So whatever they made the number 1 is supposed to be very similar to the same casking as this. So I'd be interested to see.
there
if
weren't a
there's-
whole lot of bottles of that
No.
edition.
No, they intentionally
Right.
put that low.
Yeah. So maybe you
Which-
have a bottle out there. Let us know. We'll talk to you.
So while Eric waits on and we're talking about this, I'm going to be uploading all the pictures to our Google Drive, and I will send you an email with a link that shares that folder with you, so you can go ahead and pull pictures down from that.
Just be careful what you get.
So
Is what it
John DeVoe says he's going low ball monkey shoulder. It's no Macallan 6, but you know what? You can get 100 bottles of monkey shoulder for the price of this.
Yeah, sure.
You know what?
That? That's crazy.
You're absolutely right. Well, how much does your car cost? Is that a $45,000 car?
It's on that
Let's
right
just
there.
say it's a $40,000 car. You can get 4 $10,000 cars for that bad boy. You can have 4 of them sitting in your driveway.
Yeah, it would be as good as my $40,000 car.
That's the point I'm trying to make. I mean,
Exactly.
You can
You're
have
right.
that conversation with anything.
You're right. Anything is.
That's why I really did not consider price in this.
We
Because
can't.
I mean, price is not a consideration. That price is out of my consideration.
Well, Eric had a good point that up here that he's had a lot of insanely expensive wines, and sometimes it just is what it
You
is,
live
right?
once,
You know.
boys. You got to trust in
Right.
us.
So,
When
I mean-
opportunity's there. That's what we did. We seized it and we made it work.
Uh-oh,
Yeah.
Bud. All right, Bud said he's got to go.
Doctor is here. Uh-oh. Oh,
What's
and then
she dressed in?
Travis
Right?
did say.
Right?
Travis did say that Macallan seasons all of their sherry casks for 2 years. So that's interesting.
Okay.
So
We're learning.
you're right. Where that color came from, it's a combination of first fill. I'm assuming charred, because I can't believe that there's enough
All right.
sherry, just the liquid sherry
Where's that
in there to
21?
color it.
21.
That Glendro?
I want to try that.
All right, so where's the glass? I got a glass here. We're gonna try some Glendro 20.
Ooh, not much left.
There's not much
No,
left.
you guys hit it like
the
it's
color isn't that
wounded
far
seal
off.
over there, man.
I haven't touched that bad boy in a
I
while.
think I've had one
That
of
was,
this.
that was my Christmas present. It made it to what's today?
Shit, it's
April?
Damn near May.
That's a record for this bar.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You should be proud.
Damn.
There's a touch left. If we can dump it all in there.
I'm
Andrew's
jumping-
pouring like I paid for
I'm
that
jumping
bottle.
in.
That's what I'm talking about. I know that pain. I know that pain.
Was this Halloween?
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
They're very
That's
similar.
very close, man.
So on the color, we're
Neck and neck. Yep.
Yep.
Let's see the legs on both of them. Which one's thicker?
I'm gonna say that one.
Glendro is a
Coin
natural
down.
filtered natural color.
We got more.
Yeah.
I think the Macallan's got more legs.
The nose on that is fantastic.
And the Glendronach is what, 46?
It is 48.
Oh, this is
48. Yep, that's what I was going to say. I thought there was 48.3 or something, but it's 48.
Oh, they're both really good.
It's our show, Drew.
There we go. All right. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Well, I will say that Macallan's is a. I think you hit it earlier. It's that smoother, more elegant, rounder Scotch on the nose and on the palate. I haven't tasted this one yet, but this one on the nose, a little more edgy, deeper, a lot more fruit tones in this one than on this one. Than the Mac 6.
More fruit tones on that Glendronach?
I mean, this is so well balanced that it's hard to
Like
believe anything.
tropical, like pineapples and other things too. Like a hint of that citrus and stuff in that one. Well, this one doesn't. It's delicious.
Oh, yeah. That one smells much more, honestly, leathery to me.
Wow.
Boy, but it's heavier. That one's so much heavier because, I mean, it's hard to smell the Macallan after that.
So,
Oh, really?
thanks to Ben, also remind me this is Oloroso and PX on the 21.
What is? Oh, yes.
That's what we're getting at PX as well.
Yeah.
I'm getting more oak.
So it's not a true
I'm
comparison.
definitely getting more wood in
The
there.
Right,
point here
good
is not
call
so
on
much
that, Ben.
comparison, though. It's really just a point of showing that we've had a lot of Macallans, and there's obviously some
Smells hot.
good ones and some bad ones, if you will. But from this, compared to the other core range and everything else, this is not the normal.
No.
To
Macallan
me,
that we would
no.
have.
No.
And I think we said it in our review that if you poured me that in a blind and compared it to like Glendronach and a couple other sherry bombs, I'd be hard time to finish. Figure out which one it is. I mean, I probably could based on that what I know of different distilleries, but it's something to compare against.
The other one we should maybe pour to compare it to is that OP, the 21.
Wow.
That
Parliament is good,
might be
too.
a good.
The Parliament would have been perfect for this.
This is the Parliament.
That is the Parliament.
No, I'm not. I mean the.
Allardyce.
Yeah, well, thank you.
You're thinking of the 18. So I haven't tasted the Glendronach next to this, though.
I didn't either because I'm not going to keep passing that glass. So you get you a little something. You know what I'm saying?
So why don't we pass it and then you be last?
You don't want some of this?
I don't want some of that.
Come
stuff
get
yet.
you some. Go back that
Tom
way.
and
Reverse it.
Tao.
Puff, puff, pass.
I brought Scotch.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, these guys are killing it.
So this is really good.
All in all, the whole experience, 200th review, coming up on 4 years. At the same time, we broke 6,000
So good.
subscribers. It was a bunch of milestones all coming together at once, plus this huge bottle. We had a ton of fun with it, and I'm just glad we had the experience. I'm really glad that everybody enjoyed it with us, and I'm thankful for everybody. Generated a lot of comments.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime
Right.
thing. It really is.
Um,
and it's very, very good. It really is good.
so this is the Glendronach.
Yep.
Wow,
so
that's
good.
so much deeper.
So it's got a deep, rich. It doesn't have.
It's edgy too.
It does. It does. It's got more edge. It's another couple percent ABV. It doesn't have the balance I think the other one has. It has a great flavor, and I'm trying to pull out and describe to you what the flavor is.
You know
It's
what?
much harder for me.
I can tell that's the tail end of the bottle too.
You know, oxidized,
Yeah. It's lost a little bit of its step.
a little bit of sweetness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit, not much.
Yeah.
but it's still
Probably.
good.
We're gonna have to take that one out in the field. You know what I mean?
Well,
All right.
she's going out of line. I'll tell you what.
You can start our
You
new.
can also tell the ABV
Oh.
difference. There's,
Yeah.
there's
there is
definitely.
Yeah.
ABV.
There's definitely.
So
And I'm with
So-
Drew. It feels a little bit unbalanced, just a hint. Whereas the Macallan
This
6,
thing is just a complete circle of smoothness. From
It really is.
I'm excited to hear what some of these other guys when they try it, what they have to say
This is
about it.
so much juicier. Now that may
Hey,
be
thanks, Richie.
That may be an old bottle, but the Macallan 6 is so much juicier and just more
Thanks, Richie.
compact in flavors.
So Bob wants to know which is better, the Parliament or the Max 6. Truth.
Honestly, here's what I would say. I think that the Max 6 is more well-rounded, better. It's better balanced, but you're gonna get 20 bottles, 15 bottles of that Glendronach 21 to get one bottle of this. Give or take
Honestly,
10 bottles.
It's really a hard question to
So
answer.
aside from prices and
But
just
flavor-wise,
I think the Macallan edges it out because of its balance.
it's a little better balanced.
It's round. It's just all together a perfect package.
It's elegant.
It really is. I love this. Heck, I got a bottle of this at home. I mean, honestly, if you want a softer dram, because it is lower ABV and it's a little bit softer, but it's just perfectly balanced. I think the Mac edges it out because of that, but I wish that they would have done the Mac at that ABV.
Thanks for having me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tough.
So I
Tough call.
will agree. The Mac 6 is a well balanced. It is a subtler. The variations through it are more subtle in the flavor. I think the finish is a little bit shorter, but as I took a second sip of that, it's elongating. The Glendronach has more potency of flavor. It is that you're going to recognize the finish a lot longer than you will with the Mac 6. There's nothing wrong with the 21. It's a fantastic dram. That's why we were sitting here talking in the back, like, oh wow, that's so good. But it's just not as refined. Maybe it's a lower ABV.
I think the key here, though, is it's really an open-ended question because it depends on who's asking and who's drinking what.
And when, and whether, and yeah.
This is obviously crazy, ridiculously expensive. Done. Put that aside. Got it. Drink-wise, I would think this hits the wheelhouse of 90% of your sherry drinkers that like Scotch.
99%.
Though it's low on ABV.
Yeah.
For us, I think it hits probably most people. I'm thinking of the people I know that are normal drinkers of Scotch.
Glendronach's delicious.
And I would
though.
think this is probably more of their type. Whereas these and some of the other ones that we know of with the higher ABVs and stuff, I would say are more of the professional or more of the customized where you want to be able to mold it a little bit or you have a more expansive palate or something. So I think for the market share, this is an excellent way of saying, hey, if you like sherry, this is probably one of those smoother sherries you can get. I mean, it's
Well, I'm not leaving that bottle on
really
the bar.
nice.
Put that right there.
You stood right there and let him finish that.
You pass her back.
He just said Merry Christmas
Puff,
himself.
give.
He said Merry Christmas to me.
Yeah, so
I'd say I was going to drink
should
the
we
whole thing,
close
but I'm
the
not putting that
door
back
on
on
the
the
Mac?
bar.
Well, one more
6
question. What if the
Yep.
Max 6 was $500, which is way high, but in the realm of I guess I could do it is...
You know what I was thinking about?
Absolutely.
And
if it's
I
$500, buy it.
I had a legitimate thought about
Absolutely.
this because somebody had mentioned how expensive the bottle is, and it was like 75% of the cost. And you're probably right,
Probably
right? So what I was thinking was, what if Macallan did like, you got this special edition one, right? And it's expensive because it's in the little leak. But you could also just buy the whiskey itself, and it's in a regular old glass bottle in a paper box, right? And it didn't have all the crazy packaging. It was just the booze, and it was $400 or $500, right? Would it be worth it? Well, I
Yes.
think that's probably within the realm, right?
I do too.
If
I do
you
too.
I
have
mean,
that
I
money
do
to
too.
spend,
You're looking
Yes,
at
it's
you're
worth
looking
it.
at $200 or $300 for this bottle.
Yep.
You know, I think that it's not out of hand.
Yep, it is. It is worth if you really want to splurge on the best whiskey, on one of the best whiskeys you'll ever taste. It's worth $400 or $500. I would agree. Yeah.
See, Michael Porter's doing the same thing
Yep.
at home with
What's that?
Glendronach, a Deanston, and a Tamdu, and it really gets hard when you've got a lineup and they're all amazing whiskeys, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy when one's a bottle of
I'm
piss,
just happy
right?
Vincent
You're like,
Stevens is
oh.
number one. I mean, he's got good
Yeah, I've
taste.
got J&B and Max 6, which is better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, but man, when you've got really, really good whiskeys, it gets really tough.
At the end of the day, guys, it's really hard for. I mean, how many times did you get asked? I got asked this morning when I was getting my teeth drilled, and the guy's like,
What's your favorite whiskey?
"Yeah, my
You're like,
dentist,
"Oh,
he actually
oh."
watches us. He goes, "So what's your favorite Scotch?" I'm like,
That's a good point, Eric.
it depends on what I'm feeling like. I don't. I mean, obviously, Deanston 20 is probably one of my favorites, but I've got a lot of favorites. I got a lot of different ones, and I can tell you how many times do we go to our bar and we play. I'm like,
What do I want to play today? Yep.
what do I feel like tonight? The thing is, I am empowered with knowledge.
Right.
That's the difference.
Now.
And the reason why we had the show is so when we first went to the liquor store, I was going, I don't know anything about this stuff.
one.
Now I know exactly what I'm feeling like tasting, or I'm like, I want a little bit of smoke. I can determine those.
Right.
Yeah,
What I
you
want.
pick out that subtle
So
stuff.
that's a different. I think it's just different tiers you get into. Where I have some other friends that are nowhere near that. They just know what they like.
They know
like
basic
Macallan, that's
flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it. You know, and it's like, okay, well, you like Macallan, great.
What do you like about it?
Nothing wrong with that.
Exactly,
It just
that's the
depends
key.
on your mood. So, really, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is there is no favorite. It just depends on who you are and what you like and the
And
time
it's,
of day.
and it's all about your palate anyway.
There is no best whiskey.
That's true, Loveness. The experience is part of the packaging.
Yep.
I mean, it's the whole thing.
Well, and I'll tell you
I
what.
mean, the angels sing.
Were any of
Were you
you
open that?
disappointed about taking this out of the box? Like the unpackaging part of it?
That's
It
crazy.
was fun. It
You
was
know,
it was a great experience. I'm glad.
They spared no expense on
Right.
the
I'm
box.
glad you all allowed us to do this. 'Cause that
Okay.
just
Looks like it
is-
needs
Alright.
polished.
So
It does.
let's wrap up the Mac
Apologize.
6 and say thank you to everybody who participated
Absolutely.
in that fun experience. And that means everybody,
Here,
because
should I bring
honestly,
up all the
without y'all,
packaging it came in? Here.
we don't get here.
Here, let's see if I can put it back
What?
in the packaging.
Easy there, killer.
Easy,
Wait,
easy.
wait.
Why don't you back off of there?
You're making too much noise up here.
Wait a minute, what about all this
No,
stuff?
stop
what
it.
about all this packaging? Oh, wait.
You're getting carried away.
Okay.
Making too much noise.
Somebody shut him down.
Right? He hadn't even had that much.
You're right, John. It's
Let's-
a damn curse.
Let's switch gears
All right.
and bring out those bottles right there. Here,
Bring
we'll
out your
move this.
dead.
What's up with these?
Does anybody want this
So
last
we're
little
going to
dribble?
switch
I know you
gears
do.
Yes, I
into
do.
the second half and talk about SMWS bottles.
movie later.
So, hey, I'll be doggone. Look at that guy right there. I got,
Whiskey in the 6.
I need something to drink with this.
Hey man, he just became a patron.
No, we gotta do this
What
first.
do you mean, no?
I'm saving that for later.
You want a sip of that? I know you
Well,
do.
I do, but you don't want me to have a sip of it.
All right.
The alcohol kill
I'll
it.
spit it.
Damn right it will.
Give me a little bit to cheers Rob.
Right.
Just a wee bit. Okay, that's good.
I like your pour.
Andrew's pouring heavy
You
tonight.
want a little more?
All right, whatever.
You gotta drink it out of the bottle though.
To our good buddy, Robbie. Thank you, sir.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Thanks for the super chat, man.
Yep. He just bought us a dram.
You did.
Man, that is so good.
It is.
So I will say that this 21 is easier to love
I,
because the flavors are so rich and potent. In it.
I don't know why
it's more. It is
That's
more of a
why,
punch.
and then so that's why
I don't know
It's
what's
easier.
going on.
What are you doing?
I think I stole the Glendronach glass. I don't know. Whatever.
So anyway,
This is my
we're getting
glass.
into these a couple of SMWS bottles. A couple of things that's been going on with the SMWS. They're killing it
Look at
right
this
now.
there.
For all of you guys that are watching here in the States,
I was peeling. I'm peeling.
SMWS America is killing it. I mean, they had the best year they've ever had.
Rocket.
And I'm loving it because I'm a member, right?
Hey, by the
Right.
way.
You need a
Oh, I don't have my wallet with me. I got my card yesterday.
Oh!
Finally.
Thank
Card.
you, Ben, for
Thank you,
taking
Ben.
care of that. They're really killing it, and it seems like they just keep winning more and more
water.
awards. It was just water rinsed out my glass.
Oh, gotcha.
So Ben sent us a couple of these because
Yeah.
they're ripe for the picking right now. I mean, these definitely are hot bottles right now. A couple of reasons why. This one just won. Peat Ferry just won.
Yeah.
Peat Ferry it just won out in San Francisco. What?
Double gold.
Double gold. 96.6.
No,
it
96
scored.
point. No, that's different. Double
96
gold
points.
on San Francisco, and then double gold in San Francisco.
And
96
96.6
on
in the other competition.
96 points for another competition.
Damn it, now I get it.
So
So he's
I
got
had it memorized.
The point I'm making is that they're
It's
really
good.
putting some good stuff. I mean, honestly, we know a bunch of you that watch our SMWS members, whether it's Lee, I know KB and Bob, and we're always talking about what the outturns and what's coming out and what we're getting and what we're not. So we wanted to talk about these bottles because there's not that many of them left, and if we sat on them for too long, then we'd be reviewing something that you guys can't get, and what's the point?
Right.
So anyway, we're going to start off with this one.
Top of the coin.
Would you put the coin down?
I
Put the. Hang on a second, folks. We need.
Hey, thanks, Alan. That's a good shirt.
do I need a? So Pete Ferry scored 96 points at the 2019 Ultimate Spirits Challenge.
So, it's killing. It's an award winner now.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about this one after we get into this one because this is a peated Scotch. So
Yes,
a peated
that's a fair
blend.
Well, before we get into specifics, on the Discord channel tonight, there was some general questions about it.
Well, let's do it.
And so I think it was Jimmy was asking questions about specifically, where can I go to get reviews? Like, how does this SMWS work? As far as like picking a bottle, how do I go about picking a bottle and knowing that it's going to be good? And basically everybody's answer was they're basically all good.
They're all good.
I think one person had one bottle that didn't quite live up to expectations. It wasn't that it was bad. They just felt that it could have been aged a little bit longer and it would have been better. But for the most part, everybody enjoys. Like, I don't think that I can ever remember opening one up and pouring it and being disappointed.
Right. So
Right?
let's talk about that. I mean, the SMWS, what are they, right? So back in the 80s, a couple of guys got together and decided they were going to buy a cask. Of course, they're in Scotland, so they can do that. They drive out to a distillery. What was it? Glenfarclas. They bought a cask of Glenfarclas, I think is what. Anyway, threw a big party. Something that we would do, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
We're gonna do that next year.
Let's
Put a cap on that sucker. Let's go.
It goes over like a huge hit, and they're like, damn, we got to do this again. Next thing you know, they've got a group, and they're buying casks, and now this is what they do. So they bottle single casks from different distilleries. They have a numbering system that the first number is the distillery, and then the second number is that's the number of casks they bought from them. Why are they all good? Because they got like a 12 or
tasting
13
committee.
Yeah, a panel. They have a tasting panel every month that meets, and they are drawing samples from their dunnage house of 10,000 casks, and they
They really have 10,000 casks?
this one's not ready. We're not doing this one yet. Ooh, this one's you know what? Maybe we need to move this one into a different cask. She's not really coming along the way we wanted her to. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
So by the time a cask gets the thumbs up, it's past the tasting panel, and I'm telling you, they're damn all good. Now
And
they're all unique.
They're on it too, like the labeling, the description,
Oh,
the
yeah, I
title.
mean, come
It's
on.
like so awesome.
And they try to keep the prices. I won't say they're all reasonable because some of them aren't. It depends on your price range, right?
All reasonable.
But your point was what, $10 a year?
That's
is what
kind of
you're
the
looking at,
average.
give or take?
$10 a
So
year.
I mean, you're looking at anywhere from right under $100 to 500 plus.
Sure.
You know.
But they're all cask strength. These are straight out of the cask. I mean, there's no watering down. Now, that's good and bad. It's cask strength,
It's a
single cask.
cask.
Bad news is, you fall in love with one, guess what? There was only 239 bottles.
So that's it.
And that's worldwide.
Right.
So what's the U.S. allocation? You know, maybe 60 bottles. I don't know. But you can rest assured that by the time it gets into this green bottle, it's passed a lot, and it's really good. I've really never been disappointed.
So the only thing you need to focus on is, you know, they've got some tasting notes on each bottle.
Sure.
They've got a different flavor profile, so you can kind of
With their
understand.
color,
yeah.
12 different
you know
profiles.
what's going on. So you just kind of find the profiles that you like. You know, you can look up the distillery codes online if you really want to sample some, you know, something from a distillery you haven't had before, or if you've got a distillery you're in love with. But it's fun.
So this bottle in my hand is a 9.158. 9 is the Glen Grant distillery. This means this is the 158th cask the SMWS has procured from. Has bottled from Glen Grant, sure. Heavyweight Cake is the name, and the description, and you fall in love with the descriptions.
Yeah.
Whoever writes them, they're killing
They're
it.
genius, yeah.
Dried orange skin and cherries brought us to spiced cake mixed with burnt toffee, prunes, and charred wood. Previously in an ex-bourbon hogshead. I'm thinking, I want some, right?
Right.
So this was
You
distilled
can totally get that burnt.
April 23rd, 1996, and
like
it was
back
matured in a
behind all
first
that
fill
stuff.
hogshead ex Oloroso, and it's 22-year-old
Keep
at
behind
59.2%. So obviously,
59.2, okay.
that's another thing we really love about them. What we've all grown to become cask strength lovers, right? Most people that have been drinking Scotch for a while, they just tend to start migrating
You
towards
like more Scotch in your Scotch.
Absolutely, can't say it any better.
Oh, now I'm getting the wood. Holy cow, that's weird.
So
So I'm
So
gonna tell
I-
you right now, Michael Porter, Richie Z, you guys want this bottle. Very good. Very similar to some of the decent qualities that I like out of this bottle.
So the key is there's only like 39 of these bottles.
You
left.
better hurry. It's like $30.
So-
What are you doing still watching us?
So when I first noticed this, I'm like, you know,
That's
after
good.
the Mac 6 and the Allgeiss thing, or the Parliament, very different nose. A lot
strong.
more, you know,
Strong like bull.
more
Yeah.
green fruit as opposed to the red fruit. But then after nosing it for a minute, then the wood kicked in.
And there's a little burnt charring.
I haven't even
It does not have the same potency of that burnt toast that I like at Easton, but there's hints of it there. It's actually really good, and the ABV is it's nice.
John, when you get around to it,
Strawberries.
you'll enjoy
Man,
it. That's
I
all
love
I
this.
ask. Just take the time
This is
to
good.
I
enjoy
didn't
it.
taste
Of course, I want to hear your thoughts after the fact, but no rush, brother. You don't rush on my part, man. Find the right time to enjoy those.
So I'm getting like strawberries on that initial palate. The first hit It's like fresh strawberry, but again,
Man, that's
the thing
juicy.
about this is that you
Yeah,
can,
I like that.
You can get your nose, and it's almost like navigating. You can kind of get in there and 3D it, kind of pick things out and go behind it and find other things. And that's how I'm envisioning.
You know what I really like about it? Doesn't taste like it's 60%.
no.
It
Well,
does.
the funny thing is, nosing this, I can tell which is my dominant nostril right now because this side's burning, this side's not.
Ooh, I'm on fire.
So.
Hey,
Oh
Tom.
man.
So-
That's half the fun of whiskey. Is just
I'm
sitting
sorry.
there nosing.
Wheelhouse Whiskey, you'd like this too.
Yeah, if you guys want some fun, you can go back and see. We've got a couple of videos from back around the holidays when we were in New York, and KB was so generous because he bought an SMWS for each of the 12 profiles that they have, and we did a lineup of 12 of them,
great.
12 cask strength whiskeys after we'd been drinking all day.
Yeah, it was good, man.
It was a good time.
We had a good time.
Yeah.
That is a good
Strong like bull.
Let's go back to my house.
So Ben's saying it takes 30 minutes for casting whiskey to calm down after opening. Oh.
I'm working on it, Tom. I'm working on it, buddy.
So let's open this and let it calm down a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. I'll say that because when we get to that one, I'll tell the story about the history of that bottle. But I'm glad he sent this because I mean, come on, dude. You know we love Glen Grant.
It's
anyway.
like drinking
Right?
birthday cake.
Yes. Strawberry birthday cake. Yep.
Yeah. So the danger in this
That's
is
good.
I have a feeling Drew's going to try and procure this one back to his house, man.
Oh, it's not going to. It's going to happen.
Nah, dude, you're sneaking away with two. Come on, you're killing me,
This
Smalls.
one can stay here, maybe.
I'll take that one home.
Hey, they're shipped to my house, you know.
Oh!
I will say,
He does
Michael, if you're in town, I'd be happy to give you a sample of this one.
Absolutely.
hook
Yeah.
up.
You need to come by the bar anyway.
Yeah, and,
I don't know what you're waiting on.
Yep, and Greg as well. So
Greg stopped by my work today. And it was fun.
That was a good time.
He was out quick, though.
Everyone's asking you a question. So
we got
this
to
is
that too. By
yeah,
the way.
this is the Glen Grant
this guy right here.
9.158.
Everyone that did not
22-year-old.
see those yet, I'm trying
What do
not...
you guys get out of this?
We've got that batch 4 sitting on the shelf
sitting
back
there.
there, and I'm trying not to prejudice myself one way or the other. Because we're going to do a lineup with all 4. It's coming. It's coming.
It's time.
Yep.
Time.
It's definitely heavy with sweet. I mean, there's
Oh,
it
dude.
just I mean, the nose is just full
Did
of
you taste
sugars.
it yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm not
so
getting the
good.
smoke on it.
No, there's no
No, there's
smoke.
no
It's
smoke.
Glen
It's
Grant.
supposed to be.
No.
On this
Burnt
Glen
wood.
Grant.
On this.
Burnt wood.
Just a charriness, just like a little. Yeah,
And
not
charred
like,
wood. Are you getting charred wood?
I am a little bit. I said at the very beginning, get behind the fruit.
There's no peat in here. There's no smoke.
No,
There's
I'm not
charred
looking.
wood.
Well,
Okay.
charred wood is different than peat.
But the charring is also part of that Oloroso piece, the seasoning.
There's a lot of anger back there.
I know, they're
charring gives
hidden.
you lots of vanillas
Path
and
to the dark
toffee.
side
And you
right
don't
there.
get that vanilla in there,
Oh, I totally get it.
man.
Well, that charring, yeah, I guess it's charred, not burnt wood, not heavily charred.
Tell you what,
It's like
Mm-mm.
cereal. Think about more about like
I-
bread.
this shows up in the mail for me. I'm not disappointed at
Right.
all.
Right.
Oh, really?
So I mean,
Not at
I
all.
have absolutely no idea what the price point is on this. You guys, I'm looking at the
well,
outturn.
200.
Is it
I think
220?
it's 200.
200,
That's
which is
20.
less than $10 a year, to be
Around
honest.
that. Ben will, if he's on, he'll
No,
correct me.
he said he wasn't going to be able to stay on for the whole show. I will beat him up a tad bit on their shipping prices, but it is what it is. I mean, the shipping prices vary from store to store. I wish they'd come down a little bit on them, but I mean, I don't think they're trying to make money on their shipping. To be honest, I think it's just what you
It's
know.
just expensive to ship.
Right.
Liquid's expensive to ship.
Now, I will say this to
It's
everybody out there that wants to join the SMW: make sure they can ship to your state first.
First.
I hope that that's changing in the near future. Come on, Supreme Court, hook us up. But
I'm not counting on that.
yeah, right.
Right.
I'm telling
Anyway,
you right now, you're not going to be disappointed if you sign up for it.
no, you won't.
I love
Now,
every bottle I've
one
had.
other advantage is they have partner bars that they're partnering with across the country, and when you're a member, you can get a discount with your membership card to get an SMWS bottle. We hit what was it, Fountainhead? That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, we had
I
a good
forget
time.
about Edinburgh.
Oh man. Oh yeah. So Ben told us today. Holy cow! At the Vaults location, kind of like the SMWS headquarters, right? Which is just nirvana. You walk in there and you're like, I'm not
You're
leaving.
not going to want to leave.
I'm leaving. I'm just give me the haggis and start a fire because I'm getting drunk. You know.
That's right.
Ben said
Ain't
that
lying.
they literally they remodeled. They actually have a bed and breakfast. You can stay at the
So
location
when
now.
you get done drinking, you just walk on upstairs.
You sit there and get hammered all day and
If
just
you're a
walk
member.
upstairs. I mean, the whole place is just filled
Can you
with
afford
these
the hotel
bottles.
room?
I'm staying there. I'm staying there. I am staking that claim.
I'm
I
gonna
will
sleep
stay
out in
there.
the alley. It'll be fine. It'll
Anyway,
be fine, man.
I do want to talk about the Peat Ferry. So, reminder everybody, 9.158. We love Glen Grant, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know I do. But this next one, Peat
So
Ferry,
Bob
is
Beach is saying 210.
a complete and different story when it comes to SMWS. It's not their norm. It has nothing to do with the direction that they're going. This is just really kind of fun for them. This is the Peat Ferry, and it's actually a blended Scotch. It's got Speyside whiskeys and Islay whiskeys. So there is obviously some peat in it.
But it's malt.
Mm-hmm.
There is no grain in this.
So this is a blended malt whiskey, a blended malt Scotch. This is not traditionally what they do. This is what they do, single caskings.
239 bottles?
This is their third blend that they've ever done, and that's indicative of this blended batch number 3. Now, that doesn't mean it's the third batch of Peat Ferry. It means it's their third blended batch. Their first one was called Exotic Cargo. That was a success, sold out like instantaneously. They came out with a second Exotic Cargo, never made it to the States, but yet disappeared. So Peat Ferry came out, and it really is just an experiment of fun with their spirits manager and Lee.
Which is awesome.
I mean, he's a young guy. He's like, in his lower 30s, bartending at Leith for years, worked his way up through it, and now he's kind of in charge of this, and he's having fun with it. He's like, you know what? Put some of this, and some of this, and guess what? He's winning. And guess who he's winning against? This is a blended malt. Who do you think he's competing against?
Lagavulin?
For a blended malt?
No.
No.
Johnny Walker,
Compass
Compass Box.
Johnny Walker. He's competing, and he's not even doing it to compete. He's doing it because he just thinks it's fun and he thinks it tastes good. So it's obviously something worthy. Now, I will say we had a bottle of this a year ago.
6 months ago, yeah.
6-8 months ago. Wanted to buy a gift for a subscriber of ours who happens to be on right
happened to be on, right?
Mr.
Yeah.
Alan Ward. And I went through the process of getting the gift membership with Ben, and when we got to his address, see you, Rob.
See you, Rob. Thanks.
Ben's like, "Oh, we can't ship there." Well, I'm not getting him a membership. He really wanted to try, so we bought a bottle of this. It showed up here. We poured a small little sample bottle so that we could get into it, and sent the rest to Alan. I got to be honest, it didn't hit me at that time. I was like, okay, but
Nectar of the Gods.
we still had some left over, and we just poured some like a week ago.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh.
Hey, how you doing?
She needed to breathe. She needed to get comfortable, right? Because it was really good. So
Full tight.
I think I want to pour this, and I want to let it air out a wee bit while I talk a little bit more about it.
I'm gonna drink the old one.
That's not a bad idea.
You son of a...
Hey, you didn't call it.
There's
We didn't
enough.
drink that up.
There's
Too
enough
much
in
stuff on the bar. Got to get rid of some stuff.
Yeah, let's pour that guy out. That's been
It's a
sitting.
fire
There's
sale.
there's a little bit of Band-Aid in there. A little bit of the iodine,
So-
a little bit of that going on.
This is 50% ABV, and why it was bottled at 50% ABV is Ben said that it was presented to the tasting panel in multiple ABVs, and this is the ABV they chose. So,
Close to 3,000 bottles.
So the
Sure.
blend was the same,
Yeah,
but
that's
the
the key.
ABV was what they were tasting.
right,
So the key
That's
here
interesting.
is
a Speyside and Islay blend.
almost 3,000 bottles.
Right.
Now, I don't know how many have sold, but
So it's a collection of Isla casks too. It's not just
Right.
it's a blend.
It's multiple.
It's a
Right.
blend
There's
malt.
multiple Islay blends and multiple Speysides in there. Here, I'll take
and
one.
this is the one that got a 96
Say when, bro.
and a double gold.
That's fine.
So
Oh,
it's
shit.
making some waves.
The rest of that?
You got the which one is this one?
That's Peat
I'll
Ferry.
do that later.
That's a sample of Peat Ferry that we poured out from
6 months
Alan's
ago.
bottle.
That one's had a chance to breathe.
It actually doesn't smell that much.
You guys can split that part.
But this, 10 years. So it's got an age statement too, which is interesting. So I mean that's
smell
good.
that
It's a 10-year-old. But I don't know what the price point is on the Peat
Alan
Ferry.
just poured it.
Well, Alan,
I don't need drinking.
let's have a glass together, my friend.
That's awesome.
So
I imagine
So
myself sitting at your table right now.
So I'll say that the new bottling seems brighter on the nose.
really, I mean it's
It
the
does.
same.
Yeah,
But I'm wondering, flavor-wise, if this has more to offer.
maybe, maybe.
Ben said Mark's big on the wee these days. He is a wee bigger.
So it's funny you say that, Ben. I was listening to Aquavita's show earlier today, and I'm just literally laying there in the bed watching it. And just my wife comes walking in, she looks at me, she's like, "Oh, you're watching Roy," and I'm like, yeah, how'd you know? She goes, because I can listen to that guy talk for hours. I'm like, yeah, so can a lot of people,
So
right? So
most
she
people.
sits down on the bed, and we just literally sit there and listen to, and he says we a lot, too. So I guess I'm just prepping to move
Superb.
to Scotland. I'm getting there. I'm working
You're
on it.
prepping to get your wife to listen to you longer.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. Just stuff
I
socket
got
in my
to have
mouth
that
and
silky
choke me.
voice, man.
Cajun is on.
But
I didn't see him on earlier.
this
Cajun?
this is
Oh, nice.
a stray from the norm for
Good.
SMWS.
Yeah.
You know, it really is. So, I mean, to me, I really love what they do here. So I'm not.
I'll tell you what, that bottle is beautiful.
Man,
I love this bottle.
Ben, that is a really great bottle.
What they do in these green bottles, I've never been disappointed.
Nope.
Obviously, I've loved some more than others, but I've never walked away going, man, I wish I wouldn't have spent the money on
And I'll
that.
tell you what, if you can sit down at a partner bar or at a bar that's got a bunch of these,
Right.
and just read the labels and just try and figure out, like, they're very descriptive. Usually when they're describing it, it is what it is, you know. But I've never opened up one and been sad about opening up one.
So what do you get on this Peat Ferry in the nose?
And toffee.
I'm sick.
I get a little medicinal quality.
Lemon-
It's got a
lemongrass,
little
too.
iodine.
Yeah, I
Bacon
could see
bits.
some lemongrass.
Bacon.
Bacon bits.
They're okay. I know you're
I
talking
think you're breathing wrong.
about that.
I think
There is a little bit of that the whiff of bacon bits, like that artificial stuff, whatever.
Yeah, Bacos. What were they called?
Yeah, yeah.
The liquid smoke.
I mean, I'm
That's
just.
probably what they do.
I'm not
Well,
all
if you
together
don't,
right
if you
now.
don't have a good sniffer, yeah. But yeah, I'm getting a better.
I'm with you, Mark.
I will
got
say it's got a little bit
Ooh.
more peat on the nose, but on the palate I get more of the sweet side.
Yeah, I'm getting more
I
iodine,
haven't tasted
more
it yet.
smokiness on the nose.
What are you waiting on, man?
I'm trying to figure out
It's a
what I
quick-
smell.
But
It's
there-
a quick
but the
finish,
sweetness-
too.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
If you draw in deep on your nose, you get that sweetness really starts to pull out. You have to dig a little bit for it.
That's nice.
Oh wow. For 50%, I really expected to be punched in the back of the throat a lot more. I mean, that just
Now they're usually pretty approachable, honestly, for the
Yeah.
high ABVs. They do it right.
so at the end of the day, I think if the point we're making is SMWS is doing some great stuff. If you're not a member, you should consider it. All the bottles we've had are great. These two are fantastic. This one's one of my
Kitchen's
favorites so far. It's really, really good.
You know what else I pulled out of that whole story about the SMWS? When we go to Scotland, the first distillery we stop at, we got to get a barrel rolled out to the bus.
I like
You
that.
know what
is
I'm
that how
saying?
we do?
Yeah. And then we just drink
tried-
as much as we can while we're driving around Scotland. And
You know-
whatever's left, we just roll out at Roy's house and keep on going.
Yeah, he won't mind.
That's fair.
Hold our barrel.
Do that in a recycle video.
Hold our barrel.
It won't last.
Right.
No, Ben, two good bottles. Really loving this. You know, I guess it's been a month or two since I've bought an SMWS bottle. I can say this: if you're not an SMWS member, find a friend that is, so you can start playing around with this. He's got two.
Yeah.
It's
And I've used them before.
They're really good.
it's
We're not,
worth it.
we're not just trying to.
I've-
We're
No,
not
I'm not
selling
pimping
out or
them. I mean,
anything. We're being serious.
I've
Good
called
stuff.
Mark
It's
from a
really
bar
good.
in Chicago, from a partner bar. I'm like, hey, dude, I really like this bottle. See if they've still got some.
Nabbit.
And Mark's like, yeah. And I'm like, go ahead and buy me one.
there
Done.
you go.
And
So-
of course, he had to buy one for himself because that's how it works, right? You got to buy two.
Yeah, if you're paying for shipping, you might as well buy two.
Yeah,
but
KB's in on that.
yeah, KB definitely is a huge proponent of SMWS. As a matter of fact, after we got him hooked into this, he went through a phase where he basically cleansed out his whole bar of non-SMWS.
It was a purge, man.
He's like, take this.
You see Michael's though. I can totally get behind that. I love.
I have a
Pizza King.
Drew note.
He's a Drew note.
Where is this?
You guys have a Pizza King on the west side.
We do.
This SMWS 44.103 Blown Away has a Pizza King Royal Feast with barbecue sauce note on the nose.
Oh my gosh.
I
That
love
is
that.
crazy
I
specific.
Love that. So awesome.
Oh,
Lee.
jeez.
You know,
Oh,
Lee.
jeez.
You know it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lisa's jaw costing me money.
pulls up S&W.
Don't do it.
She's
We're
not going to be
We're not
disappointed.
doing that to
Hey.
sell you.
Lee,
No.
I got good news for you, lady. I'm going to talk to you later after the show.
So, guys, we are approaching the end of our hour. I know Telex has his after show.
He's got. What's he got on tonight? What did he?
He
Telex,
mentioned
what do
it
you
earlier
got?
on.
Come
I
on,
don't remember.
point it out there, Telex. I think I got a clue.
But what else do we have left? I know we got. We
Oh.
talked about our.
We have, how much time we got? 7
How about a
minutes?
long roast sherry cask?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you guys got full glass.
Yeah.
I've
do we have
I've
time?
got this, and I've got my.
All right.
You know what?
We'll have to save that for the next week.
Can we just say next week the theme? We're going to talk about our review,
Samples.
and we're going to do samples. We're just going to
Samples
talk
next
about
week.
samples next week.
That sounds great because we got a bunch.
Yep, samples
We're gonna
week.
kill them.
Next
Kill 'em.
Thursday. Oh shit!
You're gonna be here, are you?
Next Thursday, we're gonna kill all the samples.
I think
His share.
I think I'm on my way to Mexico, but I might not be leaving till Friday. So you ain't drinking my share.
Yeah, but
no,
you'll be at 5 a.m. flight.
it's a 6 a.m. flight.
You'll be all right.
I'll take my stuff
I'll
home.
tell you what, man.
Don't you do it.
We'll get done drinking. We'll get you an Uber, and they can just pour you out at the airport.
Bladnock,
Hey,
Adela 15,
We'll get you a KBO Pulteney style
I'm
water
okay.
bottle.
I'm okay.
There's your water bottle.
Hey, so Telex is talking about the Bladnock, Adela 15, and the Glenlockie 18.
There you go.
Go Telex.
Rock out, Telex. Anyway, everyone, Mac 6 was a huge success. Looking forward to actually
Thanks for
sharing more
sticking around
samples.
for 200 reviews.
Right.
Can't beat that.
Stick around for more. I think we're gonna start giving.
We're probably
more,
gonna do a couple more
of
reviews
these.
before we're done, right?
I'm not done with this yet.
We're going to stop at 202.
We're buying a cask. It's gonna happen. It might not happen tomorrow. It might
We're just
not
gonna
happen
put it
month,
in this
but it's
closet on the
happening.
other side of this
What do
wall.
we have? So we've been crazy busy. We've got lots of cool things in
Yep.
store for idea wise.
Yep.
We haven't figured them all out.
We got some guests coming on the show.
So what
we
we
got
have
some
coming
stuff
up? What's
coming
that's
up.
my thing? What we got coming up? We got guests coming on the show. Possible old Pulteney dinner coming up, or appetizers.
Yeah,
sometime.
we're trying to.
We'll see what happens in that.
That's really good. It's really
We've
pleasant.
got.
Coins are always available.
We're getting low though.
Well,
First fill coins are.
They're
essentially gone. Second fill, we got lots of numbers available. I'm updating
Has
that.
anyone bought the Macallan one yet? The number 6 coin?
Macallan number 6 coin has not been sold yet.
Which
Which is
coin?
100.
Coin
100.
100.
So
Coin
if
number
you're looking
100.
for coins, the Macallan number 6 is out there.
So batch 3, we're gonna have to save the 100 for our 300th review.
300 years. That'll be 2 years.
Yep.
I'll be done.
Dude,
Well,
so
whatever.
Got to do it.
Anyway, my final thought on this, since I had this last, I like it. It doesn't have the finish that a long tasting finish, but
Very
it's
short
it's easy drinker.
It's a nice,
Yeah.
But it's not over. I mean, the
What-
name
what's the
Peat
price
Ferry
on the-
kind of would
I don't know.
intimidate somebody. It's not a
It's not
over
terrible.
powerful peat.
I think it's like
75.
$100, maybe less. I don't know the price now. I have to look it up.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a good glass. I'm enjoying it.
I think the whole thing here was like three something.
Why did it hid that? Because Ardenho, it doesn't like the word Ardenho, so
It didn't know what you were talking about.
it's like Ardenho.
I'm gonna make sure you want to put that
Hey
out
Eric,
there.
congratulations! I saw that 300 videos, dude. Do you ever sleep? Do you have a job? What is it?
300
monster.
videos
He's
in
a
a
monster.
year?
Doing it.
Well,
Monster.
so
No,
admittedly,
good
some
for
of them
him.
he'd already recorded and uploaded, but
Yeah,
300 videos
no,
in a
he's
year?
doing.
He's going crazy,
He's
man.
busting his ass, and he's traveling all over the place to do it. So good for him, man. I'm happy for him.
Tom Marr wants to know when the ball blair meal is. I'll tell you what, Tom. If you just want to come down, I'll cook you dinner and you can have some ball
Why don't
blair.
you get in that electric car of yours and come on down?
We won't hear you coming, but you can honk when you
I
get
would
outside.
love to see that. I want to
You know,
drive
you,
it.
you know where I live. You come on down whenever you want. We'll cook dinner for you. I'm usually cooking something.
Peat Ferry's $100.
$100 for a Peat
That's
Ferry.
a
That's why I said
bargain.
it.
That's a 10-year, so
So 100 and 210.
Yeah.
100.
That one's really,
This is gunpowder. I'm
So-
not gonna lie. This is
Yeah, so $100. You figure all the peat and scotch for $100.
But $10 a year, like I said, it's a 10-year-old. So
I can tell you when we go off air, I'm gonna pour another glass of that.
he ain't lying.
I'm just warning you right now.
All right.
I'm
Well,
gonna pour a real
I'm gonna
glass.
pour some more of this.
oh,
I brought scotch.
What are we gonna do with that?
yes, you
That's
did.
about the last one.
Michael Porter, thanks for stopping
Yeah,
by, man.
thanks everybody. Well, it's been a
So
good
who else?
time.
Who all we
It's
got
been a
on?
hell of a ride, man. We've had a good
We got
time.
60 people on right
I
now.
gotta stop and think
that's
about what
great.
we've got going on. We haven't talked about one particular topic, and I don't know if we can even spill it to these folks yet. But we need to talk as soon as this goes off air because we got an email a day or two ago from a couple of other tubers and what's going on down south. I don't know. We may be traveling here in the near future.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's expensive.
I think airfare's only about 15 each way.
Yeah, I think a
Non-stop.
couple of us may go. Not me, but
I think I'm gonna be there.
you two may be going. Anyway.
We'll
good
talk
show.
about that.
Good
We'll
show.
talk about that.
After show for Telex is up right now, and we're gonna try and get on our Discord after show.
It wasn't working earlier, so maybe we'll be there. Maybe we'll be at Telex.
we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Cheers, guys.
Hey,
Thanks for
everybody.
watching.
Thanks for coming
Appreciate
by.
you guys.
Happy Thursday.
Happy
Cheers.
200th.
Thank you so much for watching. Talk
See you
to
next
Guys,
Thursday.
See you next time.
All right, boys.
Bye.
That bottle's really good. Look at this stuff.